maximizing wind energy would be more offshore than onshore. But I haven't seen the new legislation, and so I can't tell you for sure whether I'll support it or not, but we'll certainly look at it.
Let's talk to Erica in Westfield. You're next on Ask the Governor with Chris Christie.
Hi, I'm a resident of Westfield, which is a very nice town. I'm lucky to live here.
Yep, I used to live there too.
Can you hear me?
I used to live there too. I know it.
Okay. So we pay extremely high taxes, and we get very little state funding for schools, which is okay, except that I feel like there are a lot of inequities now between us and the less affluent districts. My kids have to pay $125 to be in a school play. They don't have a librarian. My two girls in middle school come home and they said, we can't go to the library during the day. We don't have a librarian.
Yeah.
The parents volunteer in the elementary school library. They have to raise money to do a chorus, to go to another school and sing within the town. I mean, how is it, I'm paying extremely high taxes.
You bet you are.
How is it fair that the state, gives the money? And computers, I was talking to someone who works at Union, and he said, you can't imagine, we've got awesome computers there. What you have at Westfield High School is embarrassing.
Well, a few things, Erica. First of all, this is part of the inequity of the school funding formula, which has been mandated by our state Supreme Court. And it's wrong, and I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to change it in two ways. One, by getting ready to propose a different kind of school funding formula, but also in trying to change the Supreme Court. And I did not reappoint one of the justices to the Supreme Court who was part of a liberal majority of justices on the court that give us these type of decisions. And I nominated my replacement in May. And we are now almost in November, and she is now 6 months a nominee and still not gotten a hearing because I didn't reappoint someone who the Senate president wanted me to reappoint. Now, that's fine, except that he didn't get to choose who gets appointed to the Supreme Court. The governor gets to choose who gets appointed to the Supreme Court. Secondly, your town in particular, just this past year, adopted and gave one of the craziest teacher contracts in New Jersey. And you want to know where your money's going and why your kids have to pay $125 to be in a school play and why you don't have a school librarian? It's because you're giving exorbitant increases at the absolute demand of the teachers union in Westfield. And if they wanted to save those jobs, they should have frozen their pay for a year, but they refused. And at the same time, your school board, in my view, irresponsibly gave a significant contract out during the time we're having this entire debate. In addition, you all voted to approve your school budget when the teachers union refused to take a pay freeze. 59% of the other school districts in the state voted down their school budget. So, the school funding formula is part of the inequity, and I agree with you on that, and I'm trying to change it. But there's responsibility to be had in Westfield, too, by your elected school board members who gave what I believe to be an exorbitant contract in these economic times, and by the voters in Westfield who decided that they wanted to approve that school budget.
You ready for your last question?